Welcome to Fostering Bridges, a podcast dedicated to uplifting, supporting, and empowering foster, adoptive, and kinship parents.
Well, today I want to take just a moment to address something that one of my last guests said. Mr. Rothrock was talking about when people see him in the store with his 10 kids, that they react differently to him than they do with his wife. But one of the things he said is when they see him, they might say something like, "You're a saint." And I want to tell you, as a foster adoptive dad and a kinship dad, all these fun things, that please don't call me a saint. And there's two reasons why. First off, when you call me a saint, it does you a disservice and it does me a disservice. How so? Well, think about it like this. When you call me a saint, you put me up on a pedestal that I can't climb. Okay, think of what a saint actually is. A saint is a deceased person who was so holy, so godly, and has created or accomplished two miracles that are attributed to them. So if you're putting me in the category as a holy man that has done miracles, that's just somewhere I can't go. That's not me. That's not who I am. I'm just an ordinary guy. Every foster dad I know, every foster mom I know are just ordinary people who stepped up and answered the call of God to get involved. So it puts us up somewhere where we can't climb. We can't get to that level. So please don't put us there. It magnifies our own parent guilt. What do I mean? I don't know that I've ever met a parent who thought they were perfect. Most parents I know dwell on things they do wrong. And so when you elevate me like I'm this perfect person or perfect parent, then all my wrongs all of a sudden get compounded on me. I think about this. If you're a churchgoer, I guarantee if you are married and you're a churchgoer, you've had this happen, where that morning before church or on the way to church, you and your spouse get in some sort of gnarly argument. Or if you're trying to get all the kids ready, suddenly it's a stressful, chaotic household, and you're telling kids, get out of the shower, someone else has got it. Everyone's bickering. You're trying to get people dressed in time, find the right socks and shoes and all this stuff. And it just adds up. And then all of a sudden you get to church and you feel anything but peaceful and holy and saint-like. Now we need it. We need God to work on our hearts then. But you sometimes show up just feeling this immense guilt of like, man, I was not the parent I wanted to be this morning, or the husband I wanted to be this morning while I was getting ready. So when you put a foster parent on that sort of level, the disservice it's doing to me is that, again, it's setting a standard I can't reach. And it's also reminding me how far from sainthood I am. So it does me a disservice to call me that. And then it also does you a disservice, assuming that you're not already a foster parent. So how so? How does it do you a service? First is it creates a barrier that might keep you from entering the work. Think about that. If only saints are foster parents and you don't think you're a saint, now you're suddenly putting a barrier in. I think about this in terms of races. I'm a runner. I'm a slow runner, more of a jogger than a true runner. And I would love to run Boston Marathon. Boston Marathon for a guy my age 47, qualifying time, 3 hours and 20 minutes. My best marathon on a good year is just shy, 21 seconds shy of 4 hours. There's no way that anytime soon I'm cutting 40 minutes off of my marathon race time. So that qualifying mark that has been put there keeps me out of the race. And you can do that same thing by classifying foster parents as saints. You're putting them on this level that you don't see yourself attaining, and suddenly there's a barrier that's keeping you from getting there, and it keeps you out of the race, and it lets you off the hook. Okay, it is my conviction that every single community member out there has a role in the foster care world. Now, you don't have to like kids. You don't have to have an extra bed in your house, but there's something you can do. Even if you can't take a kid in, there's something you can do. There's a way to help. You can go out down and help your child welfare workers and in the offices. You can help with shoe boxes, and you can help packing Christmas gifts, and you can go, be a mentor. There's just so many ways to get involved that if all of a sudden you're viewing it as sainthood is what it takes to be part of this, then again, you're like, oh, well, that's something I can never attain to. So you're letting yourself off the hook. And if you know me at all, I don't want you let off the hook. I want every single one of us to engage and to find our role in the foster care world. So please, I usually joke about this when people call me a saint. I say, don't call me a saint. I'm not a saint. But in reality, I am serious about it as well. Don't call me a saint, because it does me a disservice. It puts a pedestal I can't climb. It magnifies my own guilt and my father fails. And it does you a disservice. It creates a barrier that you may not be able to get through, and it lets you off the hook. So don't let yourself off the hook. Don't call us saints, and instead see us as everyday people who said yes to God, yes to loving on kids, yes to getting involved. And that's something that you and every single person you know can do. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Fostering Bridges. We hope today's conversation gave you new insights, encouragement, and a reminder that you're not alone on this journey. If you found value in this episode, please share it with someone who might need it, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. Remember, building bridges in our families, our communities, and ourselves is a continuous journey. Until next time, take care and keep fostering those bridges.